Hi, this is Carl. I just wanted to briefly go over a document I put together on tracking your biomarkers, specifically glucose and ketones, and I'll mention insulin as an aside. So the first is basically why you would do it. This is the best thing you could possibly do, is just get in the habit of tracking your glucose, which is what diabetics have been doing for the last 60 years, more or less. To that, we're going to add tracking some ketones. You don't have to do it forever. Just choose a period of time, maybe a week. And after you get this down as a habit, you can then pick out certain foods or before and after exercise and to find out how you react to certain things. And then 3 or 4 months later, choose another week, because getting into ketosis via a ketogenic diet is a process of adaptation. And over time, your body becomes more and more efficient. So it will generate ketones more quickly than it did a month before, 2 months before. And they even find sports teams that they're still doing research on, and endurance athletes, that 2 years after they went on a ketogenic diet, their body is still becoming more efficient at generating ketones when they have to. Okay, so let's move on. Basically summarize these things, why I think it's very important. This is the equipment you need, a glucometer. In essence, both of these are glucometers, the Freestyle Precision and the Abbott's Precision Extra. Why do I list both of them? This is cheaper, and this is more expensive. So we use the Abbott's just for ketones, and we use the Freestyle for glucose strips. These are the lancets you're going to need. Okay, more on. I did about a week, and Judy did as well, of tracking my biomarkers. So September 12th to the 24th, I was pretty straightforward initially, 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, evening. Initially, I put my glucose and my ketones, just so you start to get a reading. And it's really interesting when you start focusing on this. Your diet tends to clean up. I didn't think my diet needed a lot of cleaning up, but as I mentioned before in a previous video, that I wasn't having enough fat and I was having too much protein. So once you start pulling these factors back in, your numbers will change. What else to point out? I had some spirits, bourbon. It's interesting to see before and after. Having bourbon dropped my glucose. After working out at the gym, I can't say my glucose went up, because the morning it was also, I won't say high, but it was higher than other mornings. That's interesting. There isn't an explanation for everything, but the more you get numbers about yourself, the better it is. Here was having a little piece of a protein bar, low glycemic protein bar. It still increased my glucose by 9 points. Then I did glucose into ketones, and you find for 60, this is late afternoon after I worked out, 2:30. You see the meters below, 66 glucose and 5.6 ketones. Second day was pretty much the same, 75 and 5.9. I'll talk about that later in another post. I think that's very good. Some people might say ketones at 5.6, that's starving. Well, I say it's very efficient, and I'm doing fine with it. Here's some of the other monitors. A breathalyzer from Ketonix costs about $170. We used it once until it broke. It was fun. It doesn't give you an exact number. Here's another. And you can look these up and think about it. This is a very expensive way to go. At least you'll know about it. This allows you to give around-the-clock, non-stop blood sugar readings. Very cool, very expensive. Ketone strips, this is important. You only use this initially, first week, maybe first month at best. Why is that? Because it becomes inaccurate after that. When I hear somebody testing their ketones a year after they started, they are so far off base. So you only do this initially, because when you're going from a regular glycemic, a high-carb diet or a normal carb diet to a ketogenic diet, you're going to find that you're going to spill ketones into your urine, and that's why you're measuring it. It shows that you're transitioning into ketosis. So people get very excited. It's like a bonus. Oh my gosh, I'm creating ketones. That's so neat. That's good. You had positive reinforcement, but after that, stop. Put it away. It's not relevant for you. Last is actually a video of me taking my own blood, both glucose and ketones. So this should be a whole setup for why to do it, how to do it, and how to keep track. Hope that helps.